So it's the new year. Probably most of us are back at work now. We've enjoyed the holidays and we are back in the swing, the grind, the rhythm, whatever you want to call it. But we're probably heading into this new year and this new decade with some resolutions, some goals or things that we want to accomplish in the coming days and weeks. One of mine is here behind me now. I've brought a couple of my guitars from home here into the office because one of the things I want to do this year is to play guitar a little bit more. In the last few years, I've just not been able to pick up my guitars as much as possible, and my hope is that by keeping them here in the office beside my desk, I'll actually pick them up and use them a bit more, so here's hoping for that. But as we think about goals and New Year's resolutions and how we head into a new season with purpose, I've been thinking a lot about the work of this professor that I found named Amy Wrzesniewski. She studies calling, what it is that shifts people from just having a job or a career to feeling like what they do is their calling and their passion. And what's really fascinating about her work is that she finds that passion follows mastery. It's not the other way around. You don't love something and then slowly become good at it. You actually become really good at something and then you begin to love it. And this is really fascinating because it means that one of the most important things we can do is try a lot of things, see what we're good at, see where there's a natural aptitude, but then to really focus in and key in on something. You're not going to find your passion just by looking for it. You're actually going to find your passion by finding something that you have a natural aptitude to and then investing all kinds of energy, all kinds of effort, all kinds of learning to make yourself an expert in that thing. When you find something that you like, when you find something that you're good at, that's not necessarily your passion yet. But when you invest yourself, when you put everything that you can into it, when you become an expert and a master in that thing, it will slowly become your passion. And this is how you develop your calling. It's not just finding the thing that you think you're going to love, it's actually becoming really good at something. And honestly, this is something that I recognize in my life. Now, I really do have a sense of calling in my life, the way that I communicate, the way that I speak about God. This really feels like something that is deeply burned into me. But that has come over years of learning to get good at what I do. The first probably 10 years of my career, I really wasn't sure what I was meant to do. I actually got into ministry, then I got out of ministry, I started my own business, I found my way back into working for a church. But it was slowly as I got better at things, as I found my voice. No longer was I just imitating someone else or copying else what someone was saying, but I found how I spoke, how I communicated, how I got really good at what I could do. This is when it became something I was really passionate about. And so here's what I want to encourage you with this year as you head into a new season, a new year, a new decade. Get good at the things that you're doing. Pour yourself into it. Become an expert and a master at the things that you already do right now. And when you're able to contribute to your workplace, to your friendships, to the world around you with a level of commitment and a level of skill that no one else around you can, you will actually begin to find that you're passionate about what you do. This is the beautiful thing about human beings. We are infinitely malleable. And when we feel like we're contributing, we feel like we have purpose. But the way we do that is to get good at something. So try things, find things, explore, experiment. But once you grab a hold of a few things, don't give up on them. You might not be an expert yet, but eventually you can be with enough effort. And on the other side of that lies your passion and your calling. And the truth is, this really lines up with a lot of what Jesus tells us. Jesus doesn't just tell us to go out and follow the thing that makes us happy. He actually tells us that there's discipleship, there's formation, there's shaping and transforming that needs to happen in all of us. And all of that happens on the other side of a lot of hard work. So think about your life that way if you haven't before, and think about all the things that you're doing right now that you could be that much better at, and maybe how exciting, how passionate all of those things could be on the other side.